Lieutenant Amar Khan's fingers flew over his console. Unknown ship, Captain. It's not matching any configurations in our database. Size estimate puts it at least 10 times larger than the Horizon. Before Reyes could respond, the ship's communications officer, Yuki Tanaka, called out, "Captain, we're receiving a transmission." The view screen flickered, revealing a creature that sent chills down the spines of the Horizon's crew. The alien was reptilian in appearance, with scales of deep purple and piercing yellow eyes. Its mouth, filled with razor-sharp teeth, curled into what might have been a smile. "Greetings, prey," the creature hissed, its words translated by the ship's computer. "I am Supreme Commander Zarkath of the Dominion. Your species has been observed and found lacking. Prepare yourselves for assimilation." Captain Reyes stepped forward, her chin raised defiantly. "We come in peace, Supreme Commander. Humanity seeks friendship and cooperation with other species." The Zarkath's laughter was a grating sound. Peace, cooperation, such concepts are for the weak. The strong devour the weak. It is the way of the universe. And you, humans, are very weak indeed. With that, the transmission cut off. Reyes turned to her crew, determination etched on her face. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers. We need to warn Earth." The Horizon shuddered as energy weapons from the Zarkath ship lanced out, barely missing the human vessel. Lieutenant Khan's hands danced across his console, guiding the ship through a series of complex evasive patterns. "Tanaka, send a priority alert to Earth Command," Reyes ordered. "Include all sensor data on the Zarkath ship." As the Horizon dodged and weaved, its engines straining under the pressure, the crew worked frantically to escape their pursuer. It was Chief Engineer Diego Alvarez who provided their salvation. "Captain," he called over the intercom, "I've analyzed their weapons signatures. There's a fraction of a second delay between targeting and firing. If we time it right, we can use that delay to slip into FTL." Reyes didn't hesitate. "Do it, Alvarez. Khan, be ready to jump on my mark." The next few moments were tense as the Horizon continued its desperate dance. Then, just as another barrage of energy weapons reached out to crush them, Reyes shouted, "Now." The stars blurred into streaks as the Horizon leaped into faster-than-light travel, leaving the Zarkath ship behind. As the crew let out a collective sigh of relief, Reyes knew this was only the beginning. Humanity had just been thrust onto a galactic stage, and their first encounter had been with a predator that saw them as nothing more than prey. Little did the Zarkath know, they had just awakened a sleeping giant. Humanity, with its tenacity, creativity, and unyielding spirit, was about to show the galaxy why it should never be underestimated. It was against this backdrop that the Zarkath made their next move. On a clear autumn day, every screen on Earth suddenly displayed the same image, the reptilian visage of Supreme Commander Zarkath. "Humans," the alien's voice boomed, "your pathetic attempt at escape has only delayed the inevitable. But we are not without mercy. We offer you a chance, a single revolution of your planet around its star, to prepare yourselves. When we return, we will test your species' worth. If you prove strong enough, you may earn a place serving the Dominion. If not, well, your fate will be the same as countless other weak species before you." The transmission ended, leaving billions of humans in stunned silence. In the United Nations General Assembly, heated debates erupted. Some argued for attempting diplomacy, others for immediate military buildup. It was Dr. Sophia Chen, a renowned physicist, who silenced the room with her impassioned speech. "We cannot meet the Zarkath on their terms," she declared. "They have technology centuries beyond our own, but humanity has never backed down from a challenge. Our strength lies not in brute force, but in our creativity, our adaptability. We must innovate as we've never done before." Her words struck a chord. Within days, the Global Defense Initiative, GDI, was formed, a coalition of the world's brightest minds and resources. Dr. Chen was appointed to lead the scientific division, tasked with developing technology to defend Earth. Months passed in a flurry of activity. Traditional weapons research continued, but it was the unconventional ideas that showed the most promise. Dr. Chen's team made breakthroughs in quantum entanglement, theorizing a communication system that could operate faster than light and potentially undetectable by the Zarkath. Meanwhile, in a secret facility beneath the Antarctic ice, another team led by Dr. Kwame Osei worked on biological countermeasures. They studied the limited data on Zarkath physiology, seeking weaknesses that could be exploited. As the deadline approached, tension mounted. The fruits of humanity's labor were impressive. A global shield network, advanced AI-driven defense systems, and ships that could match the Zarkath in speed, if not in size. But would it be enough? 2 days before the year was up, Captain Elena Reyes, now Admiral Reyes of Earth's fledgling space fleet, addressed the world. "Tomorrow, we face our greatest challenge," she said, her voice firm. "The Zarkath believe us to be weak, easy prey. They expect us to cower, to submit, but they don't know humanity. We are explorers, innovators, survivors. We have faced extinction before and emerged stronger. Whatever happens tomorrow, know this. We will not go quietly. We will show the Zarkath and the galaxy exactly what humanity is capable of." As night fell across the planet, billions of humans looked to the stars, wondering what the dawn would bring. In homes and bunkers, in ships and stations, they prepared, not just with weapons and shields, but with the indomitable spirit that had carried their species from caves to the cosmos. The Zarkath had issued their ultimatum, believing it would break humanity's will. Instead, it had united them as never before. As the final hours ticked away, Earth stood ready, not just to survive, but to prove that those who run could also be those who fight back. The year of preparation had transformed Earth in ways few could have imagined. Cities now sported gleaming defense towers, their tips disappearing into the clouds. Orbiting platforms, visible as bright points of light in the night sky, stood sentinel over the planet. But the most significant changes were not visible to the naked eye. In the depths of the Mariana Trench, a secret base housed the heart of Earth's new quantum communication network. Dr. Sophia Chen stood before a bank of holographic displays, her eyes reflecting the soft blue glow of data streams. "Final diagnostics are green," reported her assistant, a young prodigy named Zayn Malik. "The QNet is fully operational." Chen nodded, a mix of pride and apprehension on her face. "Let's hope the Zarkath can't detect or decipher it. Our entire strategy depends on secure, instantaneous communication." Thousands of miles away, in the sweltering heat of the Sahara, another marvel of human ingenuity was taking shape. Solar farms stretched to the horizon, feeding power to massive underground factories. These facilities worked tirelessly, producing nanobots designed by Dr. Kwame Osei and his team. Osei wiped sweat from his brow as he inspected a vial of the microscopic machines. "Each one is programmed to target Zarkath biology," he explained to a group of UN observers. "If we can deploy them successfully, they could neutralize the invasion force without a single shot fired." In low Earth orbit, Admiral Reyes oversaw final preparations aboard the flagship of humanity's new fleet, the HS Defiant. The ship was a testament to human innovation, incorporating technology that would have been deemed impossible just a year ago. "Status report," Reyes called out, her voice carrying the weight of command. "All systems nominal, Admiral," responded Commander Yuki Tanaka, her former communications officer now second in command. "The fleet is in position and awaiting your orders." Reyes nodded, her gaze fixed on the vast starfield before them. "And our special projects?" "Dr. Chen reports the QNet is online," Tanaka replied. "Dr. Osei's nanobots are loaded and ready for deployment. Project Honeypot is also in place." Project Honeypot had been a controversial strategy, born from the mind of an unassuming game theorist named Dr. Abdul Rahman. It involved creating the illusion of vulnerability in key locations, drawing the Zarkaf into traps of humanity's making. As the final hours ticked away, a tense calm settled over the planet. In homes and shelters, families huddled together, watching the skies. In command centers and ships, soldiers and scientists stood ready, the culmination of a year's frantic work about to be put to the test. Then, as dawn broke over the Pacific, the sensors lit up. The Zarkaf fleet had arrived, a swarm of massive ships darkening the sky. Supreme Commander Zarkaf's face appeared on screens worldwide, his expression one of smug superiority. "Humans," he hissed, "your time is up. Prepare to obey." His words cut off abruptly as Admiral Reyes activated the keynet, overriding the Zarkaf transmission. "People of Earth," Reyes's voice rang out, clear and determined. "The moment we've prepared for is here. Remember, we stand united. We stand for our home, our future, our very existence. Whatever happens next, know that humanity faces it together." As the transmission ended, a chorus of cheers erupted in command centers across the globe. The fear was still there, but it was overshadowed by a fierce determination. Humanity had done all it could to prepare. Now it was time to show the Zarkaf and the universe what they were truly capable of. In orbit, Admiral Reyes took a deep breath, her hand hovering over the command console. With a nod to her crew, she gave the order that would change the course of human history forever. "All units, execute Operation Spearhead. May fortune favor the bold." As one, Earth's defenses sprang to life. The battle for humanity's future had begun. The sky above Earth erupted into chaos as the Zarkaf fleet engaged humanity's defenses. Massive energy beams lanced out from the alien ships, only to be met by shimmering force fields that sprang into existence around major cities and strategic locations. In low Earth orbit, Admiral Reyes's voice crackled over the keynet, coordinates and commands, flowing faster than any traditional communication could manage. The human fleet, though smaller in size, moved with a synchronicity that caught the Zarkaf off guard. "Bravo Squadron, execute Maneuver Delta 7, Reyes ordered. Charlie Squadron, prepare to deploy OC's package on my mark." The human ships danced through space, their movements unpredictable yet coordinated. Years of video game development had unexpectedly paid off. The fleet's AI, trained on countless battle simulations, adapted to the Zarkaf tactics in real time. On the Zarkaf command ship, Supreme Commander Zarkaf snarled in frustration. "Impossible. These prey were barely spacefaring a rotation ago. How are they matching us?" His subordinate, a battle-scarred veteran named Greg Thor, hissed in agreement. "They fight like no prey we've encountered, Supreme Commander. Perhaps we should." Silence. Zarkaf roared. "They are vermin, nothing more. Concentrate fire on their orbital platforms, cut off their communication, and they'll fall into disarray." But as the Zarkaf ships turned their attention to Earth's satellite network, they fell right into humanity's trap. The satellites, appearing vulnerable, suddenly came to life. Swarms of smaller craft, hidden in the satellite's shadows, ambushed the alien ships. On Earth, Dr. Sophia Chen watched the battle unfold through the keynet's real-time holographic display. "Admiral," she called out, "the Zarkaf are falling for it. Project Honeypot is working." Reyes allowed herself a grim smile. "Excellent. All ships, initiate Phase 2. Dr. Osei, you're up." In the Sahara Command Center, Dr. Kwame Osei nodded to his team. With the press of a button, specially designed missiles launched from hidden silos across the globe. But these weren't ordinary weapons, they were delivery systems for Osei's nanobots. The missiles weaved through the chaos of battle, many being destroyed en route, but enough made it through, detonating in clouds of metallic dust among the Zarkaf fleet. At first, nothing seemed to happen. Then, alarms began blaring on Zarkaf ships across the battlefield. "Supreme Commander," Greg Foe called out, panic in his voice. "Our life support systems are failing." Atmospheric controls are going haywire. Zarkaf's eyes widened in shock as he realized the truth. Somehow, the humans had created a weapon that targeted Zarkaf biology itself. Ships began to list in space as their crews struggled to breathe. But humanity's victory was far from assured. The Zarkaf, despite their losses, still outnumbered Earth's forces. As the battle raged on, casualties mounted on both sides. The skies above Earth were filled with explosions, debris, and the contrails of ships locked in desperate combat. In orbit, the HS Defiant shuddered under heavy fire. Hull breach on Deck 7. Commander Tanaka reported, her voice steady despite the chaos. Seething bulkheads now. Admiral Reyes gripped her command chair, her mind racing through options. The Zarkaf were wounded, but like any cornered predator, they were now more dangerous than ever. All ships, she commanded, initiate Protocol Omega. Let's show them why humanity never quits. Across the fleet, crews acknowledged the order. It was a desperate gambit, one that would put their ships and lives at extreme risk. But in that moment, with the fate of their species hanging in the balance, not a single voice of dissent was heard. As the human fleet began a series of maneuvers that defied conventional tactics, the Zarkaf found themselves increasingly off balance. Ships that should have been easy prey suddenly became deadly hunters. The tide of battle was shifting, but the outcome remained uncertain. On Earth, billions watched and waited, their hopes riding with the brave men and women fighting above them. In this darkest hour, humanity stood united, their indomitable spirit shining brighter than ever before. The battle for Earth had reached its crescendo, and the next few moments would determine the fate of both species. As Admiral Reyes prepared to issue her next command, she knew that win or lose, humanity had already proven itself to be far more than the Zarkaf had ever imagined. The void of space, once a silent canvas of stars, now blazed with the fury of two civilizations locked in mortal combat. Admiral Reyes's gambit, Protocol Omega, had thrown the Zarkaf into disarray. Human ships, operating on pre-programmed sequences supplemented by their adaptive AI, performed maneuvers that seemed to defy the laws of physics. On the Zarkaf command ship, Supreme Commander Zarkaf watched in growing horror as his fleet's formation crumbled. Impossible, he hissed. How are they predicting our every move? What the Zarkaf didn't know was that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their ships or their nanobots, but the power of human ingenuity. Dr. Abdul Rahman's game theory algorithms, combined with the quantum computing power of the QNet, were analyzing and predicting Zarkaf tactics faster than they could execute them. Back on Earth, in a bunker deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Rahman watched the battle unfold on holographic displays. His fingers flew over keyboards, tweaking algorithms in real time. Keep them guessing, he muttered. Never let them see the pattern. In orbit, the HS Defiant shuddered as it absorbed another hit. Admiral Reyes gritted her teeth. Status report. Commander Tanaka's voice was tense but controlled. Shields at 30%, Admiral, but the Zarkaf flagship is showing signs of weakness. Dr. Osi's nanobots are affecting their systems. Reyes nodded. It was time for the final push. All ships, this is Admiral Reyes. Concentrate fire on the Zarkaf flagship. Let's cut the head off this snake. As one, the human fleet pivoted, bringing their weapons to bear on the massive Zarkaf command ship. Energy beams and missiles streaked across space, hammering at the alien vessel's defenses. On board the Zarkaf flagship, alarms blared as systems failed one by one. Supreme Commander Zarkaf stumbled as his ship rocked under the assault. Return fire, he roared. Crush these vermin. But his crew, weakened by the effects of the nanobots and overwhelmed by the humans' unpredictable tactics, could barely keep up. The mighty Zarkaf flagship, once the pride of their armada, now limped through space, trailing debris and atmosphere. Admiral Reyes watched the enemy flagship falter, knowing this was their moment. Dr. Chen, she called over the QNet, Is the package ready? In her undersyllab, Dr. Sophia Chen gave a thumbs up to her team. Package is hot, Admiral. Ready on your command. Reyes took a deep breath. This was the culmination of a year's work, a desperate plan born of human creativity and the refuse to submit to an alien ultimatum. Deploy the package, she ordered. Across the battlefield, human ships suddenly broke off their attack. The Zarkath, confused by this sudden reprieve, hesitated. That hesitation was all the opening humanity needed. A small, nondescript probe launched from the HS Defiant, streaking towards the Zarkath flagship. It wasn't a weapon in the traditional sense. Instead, it carried a payload far more potent: information. As the probe neared the Zarkath ship, it broadcast on all frequencies. Not attacks or demands, but a stream of data. Art, music, literature, scientific discoveries, the sum total of human culture and achievement. On the Zarkath bridge, bewildered crew members watched as their screens filled with images and sounds from Earth. They saw the pyramids of Egypt and the skyscrapers of New York. They heard the symphonies of Beethoven and the rock anthems of the 20th century. They witnessed the moon landing and the eradication of diseases. Supreme Commander Zarkath stared, transfixed, as the story of humanity unfolded before him. For the first time, he saw not just prey, but a species of incredible diversity, creativity, and resilience. As the data stream continued, a message appeared, broadcast in the Zarkath language. We are humanity. We seek not to conquer, but to explore, not to destroy, but to create. We extend our hand in peace even now. But know this, we will never submit, never surrender. This is who we are. This is why we run, not away from challenges, but towards them. The battle hung in the balance as the Zarkath flagship grew silent. The future of both species would be decided in the next moments, as an alien race that had known only conquest faced the indomitable spirit of humanity. The silence that fell over the battlefield was deafening. Human and Zarkath ships alike hung motionless in space, all eyes fixed on the damaged alien flagship. On the HSS Defiant, Admiral Reyes held her breath, her hand hovering over the command console, ready to resume the attack if necessary. Then, slowly, improbably, the weapons ports on the Zarkath ships began to close. A transmission crackled over the comm system. Supreme Commander Zarkath's face appeared on the screen, but his usual arrogance was gone, replaced by a look of wary respect. Humans, he began, his voice gravelly. In all our cycles of conquest, we have never encountered a species like yours. You were meant to be prey, yet you have proven to be formidable warriors. More than that, you have shown us something we had forgotten, the power of diversity and creativity. Admiral Reyes stepped forward, her chin raised. And what does this mean, Supreme Commander? Do you withdraw your forces? Zarkath's reptilian features twisted into what might have been a smile. We do more than withdraw, Admiral. We propose an alliance. The news spread across Earth like wildfire. After hours of tense negotiation, a ceasefire was declared. The Zarkath, humbled by their encounter with humanity, recognized that there was more to strength than just military might. In the months that followed, Earth underwent another transformation. This time, not in preparation for war, but in the spirit of interstellar cooperation. The same innovation that had developed weapons now turned to peaceful pursuits. Dr. Sophia Chen's quantum communication technology became the foundation for a new galactic internet, allowing instant communication across vast distances. Dr. Kwang Osei's nanobots, repurposed for medical use, revolutionized healthcare for both species. Perhaps the most surprising development came from Dr. Abdul Roman. His game theory algorithms, which had predicted Zarkath tactics so effectively, now formed the basis of a diplomatic AI, helping to navigate the complex waters of interspecies relations. 1 year after the battle, on the anniversary of the day the ultimatum had been issued, a historic ceremony took place on neutral ground, a space station orbiting Mars. Admiral Elena Reyes, now Earth's ambassador to the stars, stood side by side with Supreme Commander Zarkaf. Today, Reyes addressed the assembled delegates from both species. We mark not the anniversary of a threat, but the beginning of a new era. An era of exploration, of mutual understanding, of pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Zarkaf nodded in agreement. The Zarkaf have long believed that strength came from conquest. The humans have taught us that true strength lies in adaptation, in creativity, in the willingness to extend a hand in peace even to those who once threatened you. As the two leaders signed the Treaty of Mars, officially establishing the Human Zarkaf Alliance, cheers erupted from both delegations. On Earth, watching the live broadcast, billions celebrated. The nightmare of extinction had been transformed into a dream of galactic cooperation. In the years that followed, humanity's spirit of exploration flourished. With Zarkaf technology and human innovation combined, the stars themselves seemed within reach. Colony ships set out for distant systems, not as conquerors, but as pioneers and diplomats. The Academy of Galactic Sciences, a joint human Zarkaf institution, became a beacon of learning, attracting brilliant minds from across known space. It was there that Dr. Chen and a Zarkaf physicist made the breakthrough that would eventually lead to stable wormhole technology, opening up the galaxy like never before. Yet even as humanity reached for the stars, they never forgot the lessons of that pivotal year. In every ship that left Earth, in every colony established, the motto of the Human Zarkaf Alliance was prominently displayed: those who choose to run towards the future together. The Zarkaf had intended their ultimatum to be humanity's end. Instead, it had become the beginning of their greatest adventure. In facing extinction, humanity had not only survived but thrived, proving to the galaxy that those who choose to run towards challenges, towards the unknown, towards a brighter future, are capable of achieving the impossible. As the sun set on this new era of galactic cooperation, the stars seemed to shine a little brighter, beckoning humanity and their newfound allies towards endless possibilities.